Shaz Chaudhry, Pep Talk UK, joined by probably one of the most popular and sought after men in boxing at the moment. It's Mr. Oleksandr Krassyuk. How you doing, Alex?
Hey, it's okay. Thank you. Yourself, doing good?
How's your week been?
Pretty good one. Pretty good one. I did not expect it to go that way, but I enjoy the action now.
Who's phoning you out of everyone?
Yeah.
I know media's probably after you, but is there a certain Mr. Eddie Hearn being your best friend at the moment on a daily basis?
You know, we never had any bad relations with Eddie. So we've been in touch before, and we are in touch even more often today and yesterday and day before yesterday.
Where were you when the news broke about the arbitration, Tyson Fury?
In my bed, I was sleeping. It was nighttime in Ukraine.
And how did you find out what had been going on?
Well, I opened my eyes. I took my iPhone in front of me, saw like dozen of messages saying that something was going on. I opened the first from Igor Klimas and realized that I need to give him a call because he said that I overslept everything because the arbitration ended up with the decision that Fury has to give Wilder the third fight, and we are now in front of fighting AJ. So I cannot say it was bad news. I didn't feel it like a bad one. So I was pretty happy. I was like, oh, finally, it happened, because I was like starting to believe it will never happen. But I was expecting it to happen. But as it was progressing, it was a feeling like, oh no, it cannot be true. It should not be true. They will fight. Okay, let's say, okay, no problem. We will go with the interim. But it finally happened.
Going back, Oleksandr Usyk becomes undisputed champion in the cruiserweight division. Great achievement. I was fortunate enough to interview Oleksandr in Wembley when he came. I think Joshua was fighting Povetkin at the time.
Correct. Yes.
And I played about with Oleksandr's belts, which he doesn't let many people touch, but and he was a gentleman. Asked if I could have one of them. So he took off his YSL belt and said, there you go, Shaz, take it home. And I thought, well, okay, no, you keep your belt. He, at the time, was adamant, moving up to heavyweight, that WBO as a champion, he would get a title shot straight away. He's been very patient, hasn't he?
Absolutely. Too patient, I must admit. But patience pays off, always.
Joyce, where were we with that? Because I was looking forward to interviewing you for the Joyce fight, but that hasn't obviously happened. It may happen. Joshua may happen. Joshua may happen. What is your feeling? Which way is it going to go?
I think the most probable way it should go now is AJ with Usyk.
What does Oleksandr say?
He says, when I gave him a call, he didn't pick up. I left a message, a short one, like, Alex, are you ready to face AJ? He called me back in half an hour and explained that he was already crossing the English Channel. on his way to London. Which turn should he make? You know what I mean?
Did you check with him whether he was actually in a boat or he was trying to swim over?
He said he was driving.
He was driving with him, James Bond style. James,
Yes.
he looks more like Jaws. Do you remember the big character Jaws?
Yes. Yeah, the big one.
He looks more like him. There's been a lot of discussion about Usyk moving up to heavyweight. There have been question marks, rightly or wrongly, about his size, about his power. As someone that's followed his career or been behind his career since he's turned professional, do you have any fears? Do you have any concerns? What is your personal viewpoint on this?
I tell you, if you want to be a king, you have to defeat the king. If you want to be the best, you have to get a victory over the best. If you want to be the strongest man in boxing, then you have to fight the strongest man in boxing and to get the victory. It's very easy. We can discuss his size, his skills, his career, his amateur career, his like experience, everything, but it's only 48 minutes that matter. Vitaly Klitschko said, there's no strongest boxer in the world. It's only a matter of 12 rounds. Who is best within that passage of time? And the one who's best is the champion. And his opponent could be much better day before and twice better 2 days after. But in the certain period of 12 rounds, he was better, he got the victory, and he's the champion. That's very simple. Usyk is not afraid of anything. That's because of his origin. That's because of his character, of his heart, of his life experience. Even let's imagine the fight can go either way. Let's say he wins. Okay, he won. 2 Olympic champions, one bigger, the other one smaller but more experienced and skillful. Okay, he lost. Okay, he lost to the Olympic champion who is bigger size. Nothing special. Usyk doesn't lose much. He doesn't lose anything. He went up. He is the undisputed already. He moved up. It's not his natural weight. But if he wants to to distinguish himself, like to prove not to the world of boxing, not to the world, not to his fans, but to himself, that he's as good as everyone thinks of him. Easy. He has to win. He's been working hard for so many years.
It's been done before. Evander Holyfield did it.
Listen, his size is not that small. I mean, he's 191 centimeters height and over 100 kilos of weight. He's like a regular heavyweight. Muhammad Ali, Evander Holyfield, who else? David Hay, many heavyweights. And it's not a matter of size. It's not a matter of power. It's a matter of how you are using your size, your power. It means skills. So every component matters.
We've seen chinks in AJ's armor. We've seen Andy Ruiz in that night in America when Andy Ruiz became world champion. He is beatable. We've not really seen any chinks in Oleksandr Usyk's armor as yet. So it makes, I know you're a big, leaving your promoter hat on, I know you're a big boxing fan. How excited are you by this?
Absolutely excited. Listen, Alexander Povetkin was fighting AJ that same night you mentioned before. They were both Olympic champions, but Povetkin was much older than him. So we saw the difference in age. But Povetkin was dangerous in first 3 rounds, and he landed some serious punches. So he was lucky to do that. And why not? The fight could go different direction if he could make another 2-3 rounds. No one is unbeatable. I mean, everyone is beatable. Someone can remember Hasim Rahman was fighting Lennox Lewis. Who could even imagine? That was even for me, being a young kid, knowing nothing about boxing, I was surprised myself because I knew Lennox Lewis is such a big star, and Hasim Rahman is not just an underdog. He is like, you know, a man who cannot even have a chance to beat him. But he knocked him out. It's a matter of preparation. It's a matter of motivation. It's a matter of how good your health was, how good your condition was, how friendly your friends were, how good your wife cooked for you. Every single detail matters in that.
I remember an image from that night, a picture, a recording. Anthony Joshua has just won. He's standing there in the ring, and then Usyk's got his hood on. I've got a picture of Usyk on his hood on, except I won't tell you how he beat me up in the lift down. He's got his hood on and he's got a steely gaze and he's looking at Joshua. And at the time when I saw that picture, I thought, this fight may happen. I would like to have already seen the fight happen, but like you said, patience. They locked eyes at Wembley. The fight may be at Wembley. I know there's £150 million site fee that was already in place. Prince Khalid of Saudi Arabia. Could it be Saudi Arabia? Talk to me. Where is this fight going to be? What's being discussed? If anything.
We didn't have much time to discuss the options. So the principal location that is under discussion at the moment is Wembley.
Nice. I'm happy.
I'm happy either.
Alex, I'm on my way. I'm going to start walking now. Just tell me the day. I'm going to start queuing up now.
But with all my respect to Saudi Arabia, it might be a little bit hot in August over there. Something like, I don't know, 70 degrees Celsius. But no, if it goes to Saudi Arabia, also happy. If it goes to Ukraine, even more happy. If it goes to, I don't know, to Zambia or to Zimbabwe or any other place in the world, we are happy because we are facing the very best in heavyweights, and this is the best way to prove yourself.
In my experience, fights, negotiations break down over money. Money is very important. As Canelo said, payday. Everyone wants a payday.
Yeah, everyone wants payday.
But having had discussions both on camera and privately with yourself, with Usyk, it's not all about the money, this, is it?
No, it's about the legacy. Money matters, but money means nothing. If you have a choice between 2 options, undisputed and let's say 20 million, what would you choose? If a fighter chooses 20 million, he's done. He will probably get 20 million, but he will never be the undisputed. But if he chooses undisputed, he will probably be undisputed and will, of course, get his 20 or even more million. So it's not about the money. It's about the legacy. It's about the pride. It's about honor. It's about boxing ego.
Has Usyk got a big ego? He's larger than life. He's charismatic. He has a personal sense of humor. How important is it for this man?
You mean the fight?
To win the fight. I know he's not coming just to make up the numbers.
Definitely not. It's it's a business of his life. He's been training for so many years. He's become the Olympic champion, has become the undisputed in cruiserweight, and he wants to become a legend. That's everyone wants to become a legend, especially if you're a fighter, if you're an internationally recognized fighter, world-class fighter. But if you have a chance, of course, anything may happen. But you have to be 100% motivated and focused on your goal to get the thing done.
I know you're having conversations in the background with Eddie. When does Fury Joshua officially end? When does Usyk Joshua officially start? When does it get wrapped up? When can we expect, as fans, where do you timeline this?
I think this week is the deadline for everyone. So end of this week, the whole world will know that Fury AJ August 14th is finished. And instead of one fight, we're getting two fights. AJ gonna fight Usyk and Fury gonna fight Wilder.
A boxing fan question. Will there be rematch clauses? Will it then stop a potential fight of the winner of Wilder Fury fighting the winner of Usyk Joshua? Because everyone wants one man to have all the belts, all the marbles. We want there to be a universal king. No more discussions.
Yeah, I agree with you. I tell you, you asked a fan's question. I answer you a promoter's reply. ABC rules. Rules applied everywhere in boxing say that there's no mandatory for the mandatory. I mean mandatory rematch for the mandatory challenge. So it means when a champion fights the compulsory defense, the rematch clause is never included. Not never, but mostly is not included. So it's oh, you lose everything, you win everything. It's up to you.
Exciting times ahead. I'm going to keep in touch. We're going to be watching this space. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of entertainment coming up. And as yet, Oleksandr has to jump on his social media, his Instagram, and AJ, I'm coming for you, Joshua.
I'm coming for you, AJ.
I'm coming for you, AJ. Phone him up in the middle of the night. But
before the contract is signed, his appeals are to a different man. Like, Eddie, I want money, more money. Did you see that?
I wouldn't want, I've told you, I've had personal interactions that you know about with Oleksandr Usyk. People that say he's a small man or not big enough, he keeps leaning on me, getting me in headlocks. It's no fun. You and Egis Climbers especially laugh at what he does to me, which I'm fortunate no one's ever recorded because I have a little bit of a reputation, but he is an absolutely brilliant man. I think he's done phenomenally well in his career. I think for the people of Ukraine, he's an ambassador. I think Anthony Joshua, for the people of the United Kingdom, is an ambassador. It's a mouth-watering clash. Looking forward to it. I'm a fan. I want to, from everyone at Pep Talk UK, thank you for your time. As always, you're a gentleman, sir. We'll hopefully see you in London soon. Sir, have a fantastic evening. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Take care.